If we've not met before, I'm Katie, helping you navigate the Dubai property market. I'm typically at 3 to 4 launches every single week. There's a launch here every 18 hours. Staying on top of it all can be chaotic, so I try and navigate it, make it easier, and the good ones, they make it to this forum. What have I got for you today? This one is an exciting one for a few reasons. Number one, it's beachfront property, which is in massively short supply, loved by end users but also investors because waterfront properties shoot through the roof in terms of capital appreciation. Not only that, it's with a top tier developer and at a phenomenal price per square foot, building your capital appreciation in from day one. This property is over in Ras Al Khaimah, which I've not spoken about for a while, so let's dive in. Ras Al Khaimah, if you are not familiar, is another one of the Emirates over in the UAE. So we've talked about Dubai an awful lot, but just down the shore we have Ras Al Khaimah, also known as RAK, R-A-K. It is currently already a holiday destination, but it got a lot of news, a lot of press when the Wynn announced that it was coming to this island just here. Now, the moment and hour that announced, investment development flooded into the place because it knows what the likes of a Wynn can do to an area. They've actually more recently announced their second acquisition for another casino on this plot. So this is going to be, think Vegas 50 years ago. That's exactly what they're going to create here. They are going all out. It's in true Dubai style, bigger, better, like you've never seen it before. So just to give you a little bit of context if you're not familiar, gambling over in Dubai was never allowed. This is the first location where it's got approval, and the way they've worked around that is because on God's earth it's not allowed, so they created a man-made island where the gambling will happen. So this is where it's all happening. You've got Casino Island, which is only going to be home to hotels, the casinos, restaurants, bars, all that good stuff, nothing residential. Then you've got residential areas in these two plots of land here. Now we've seen a lot of launches here over the last 12, 18 months, and a lot of them completely sold out. The project I'm actually touching on today is over here in Al Hamra. Now why that's important, if I zoom out, I'll show you exactly what's going on in this area. Here is going to be your Vegas, the absolute party hotspot, the casino island where everything's going on. But over here already is Al Hamra, RAK's central district to start with. To the left of the casino islands, you've got Sinya Islands. These are natural islands. Shoba came in and bought the whole lot, and they are creating a huge master plan on this island. Now, I must say, the water around here, it is blue, it is gorgeous. My European clients love it because the water is like the Maldives. It's absolutely beautiful. To the right then, you have RAK Central, and this is where we've already got the likes of Ritz-Carlton and some major hotel brands. Sat further inland here, just behind that area, is going to be the business district. So think the DIFC of Dubai, the Canary Wharf of London. This is going to be the main district, the business zone for everything that's happening. So in terms of the locations of this development itself, it's going to be close to the business district for all the business side of things, but you're only 15 minutes away to the casino where it's all happening, which makes it a perfect opportunity for both sides of the coin. You can look for long-term stays and long-term tenants in these properties, or you could go down the short-term angle because there will be a lot of holiday goers in this space. The actual distance to the casino is going to be a 15-minute drive. They're building a bridge directly to Casino Island to reduce that traffic time, but they're also having flying taxis along with water taxis as well. So it's going to be very super accessible. The developer themselves we're talking about on this project is Ellington. This isn't Ellington's first launch in Ras Al Khaimah. They've done a few prior. They're a big believer in what's going on here, along with some of the other major developments. We've seen JW Marriott, Nikhil, Emar, anyone who is anyone has got land on this site. Now, when we're buying off plan, we are buying into a developer, their vision and capabilities of making this all happen. So it's super important that we know who we're buying into. Ellington have a fantastic track record. Investors and end users love them. They create fantastic products which end users want to live in, which is why we see capital appreciation and your rents higher in their properties than most others in Dubai. We have the track record, we've been inside the projects, we know what we're getting involved with here. This is every single project Ellington have handed over, and on average, their projects capital appreciate 70% from launch to handover, which is a phenomenal amount of capital appreciation just in the construction period alone. Not only that, your rental side of things are going to be very, very well looked after as well. I was down at one of their most recently handed over projects in Dubai Hills. Dubai Hills is an Emaar community, very successful community, seen as luxury, seen as high-end, very desirable. Up until this point, it's only been Emaar that have been in that community. And right now, current contracts on one beds in that location, you're sitting at 75 to 85,000 AED for a one bed. That's annually rent for the year. Ellington have just come to this same area and they're offering for a one bed, people are renting them out at 150, 160,000. This really brings to life and demonstrates the value of their products. People want to live in those locations, so they pay much higher rates to be part of those buildings. These investors that bought in with Ellington, they're sitting on about a 12% yield and will have seen a 70% capital appreciation increase over that build period. And this is why their investors come back to them every single time. Again, some of the products they've handed over, they stand behind what they create. The images you see on the brochures is actually what you get in real life. Some fantastic communities, from the render to the real, render to the real. They always deliver on the promises that they set out. And you can see here, this is just track record after track record. They're known for doing bigger units, better layouts, higher quality, better facilities, better amenities, the list goes on and on. Hence why investors come back to them. Hence why these project launches are a complete sellout, but it helps your capital appreciation from day one. So it really does tick every box. So this is the project that they are coming to market with. It actually sits on the beach. You'll have direct beach access. There's a small private road which you walk over and then directly onto the beach. There's nothing that can be built between you and your sea view, meaning the views from this property are going to be fantastic. You are going to see sea views, you're going to see casino views, you're going to have sunset views on this side, and then to the back of the property you're also going to have views over the golf course, which is a championship golf course. It's part of the DP World Tour, and you've got a villa community behind you as well. You're sat on the Marina. It's certainly ticking lots of boxes in terms of its positioning. The architecture as well, they have gone all out. It's giving very much Wanzabil vibes if you have seen that iconic building in Dubai. Again, they have been given this plot of land. They could have just maximized and put as many different units into the building as possible, but they always think from the investors first. They create these iconic projects because they know people will want to live in them, people will want to buy them, which helps build in that capital appreciation because it drives the demand through the roof. They are known for the facilities, they are known for creating a great quality product, but here they have gone all out in terms of the facilities and they've gone very much for a resort style because of its location and the types of people it's going to attract. Because it's on the beach, they've definitely lent into more of the entertainment spaces, the gyms, the paddle courts, yoga, you've got a kids play area, you've got the tennis courts, you've got multiple different pools, literally everything you can think of. You're going to have a pool, a beautiful pool going through across the bottom, a pool going through the top. You're on the beach. There's private dining and kitchen, so when you have friends over, when you want to host events, these are all free for the residents to use. You book out the access and you can use these spaces as well. A lot of the different games rooms, again, like I said, they're really bringing this element of pleasure and fun just because of the location that it's in. Now, the typical floor plans with Ellington, they are known for maximizing space and they do one of the largest units out of all of the developers. So here you walk in, you've got a U-shaped kitchen, you've got your dining living space straight onto the balcony. You take a left in here, you have the bedroom, you've got a walk-in closet and the bathroom. You also have a powder room and a laundry room, so that's completely separate. What is nice as well is you've got a balcony, but it doesn't stretch the whole way across, meaning that that square footage that you're actually paying for is livable space, and that's why their apartments feel so spacious. In this particular project, you're going to see one beds, two beds plus maids, and your 3 beds. If you need any of these brochures, floor plans, links, I'm going to drop them in the description below so that you can grab them and download them yourself. But here's the good stuff. When we're talking about investment, we need to know what it looks like financially. So what I've done is the entry level point into this project. 1 bedrooms here are starting about 1.5 million AED. For my Great British guys, that's about 315,000. However, you do not need this all up front. This is going to be stretched over the construction period. To book your unit, you need 20% as a down payment based on this entry level product at a 1.5 million AED, 315,000 Great British, that's £63,000 as your down payment, as your deposit to book one of these units. There's a small admin fee in there as well. Now, in Dubai, and if you've watched these videos before, you'll also know there's a DLD charge, which is your Dubai Land Department. This is your equivalent of your stamp duty, usually taken at the time of booking. Now, in Ras Al Khaimah, it's done slightly differently, meaning you don't have to pay that until handover and completion. So it kind of eases that cash flow up front. Then you're popped into a payment plan. So over the construction period, you have these payments to make all the way along, right up until handover and completion, where your 30% plus your 4% is due. Now, the great thing about this final payment is that it's mortgageable. So 3 months out from completion, we can put you in touch with a mortgage broker who can actually put that end product in place to help you pay that final payment. The property's then yours. You can look to move in it, live in it, rent it out, short-term let it, sell the property if you want to. You can have complete flexibility because at that point you have the keys and it is yours. And if we're talking about seeing a 70% increase by handover, that original value of 315,000, well, at handover it's going to be worth 536,000. Plus your rental yields, when we look at their previous project, the landlords and the owners there are seeing between 10 and 12% net yields. It is frightening in terms of what is possible. Not only that, this would also unlock the golden visa, which means you can live in Dubai for as long as you want if you so wish to do so, which means you're eligible for the tax-free income, all the good stuff associated with that side of things as well. And when you look at the numbers, you look at the developer, the plot and everything around it, it's no wonder these things are popular, and typically they will sell out on launch day. So if you need any help navigating it all, use the links around this video to download the brochures, the floor plans, and the financial planning, but also to book in a call, okay? The typical launch process for this is you put an EOI in, which is kind of like your raffle ticket for your opportunity to get in and buy one of these things. Then it rolls around to allocation day, and this is the best way to secure the best units with the best developers at the cheapest price point. My client bought on a launch with Ellington earlier in the year and has seen a 30% increase on the value of his property in just 5 months. That's already, but way before completion and handover yet. This is why getting in on a launch day is the best time as an investor to structure it properly. So this is your warning. Don't tell me I didn't warn you. If you do need any other help navigating this, want any more information about Dubai, Ras Al Khaimah, investing across the UAE in general, use the links around this video, book in a call, and I will definitely speak to you there. I hope you found this helpful. Any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I can always do a follow-up.